What's up? We got The Flash, Season 2, Episode 14, Escape from Earth 2. So this episode starts off with Zoom saying, "Where are you? I'll come and get you, Harrison Wells." But then Earth 2 Henry Hewitt's like, "Well, you gotta get out of here." And Wells is like, "Harry, you gotta get out of here." And Harry's like, "Nah, you get out of here and lock down Star Lab and get everyone evacuated." So then Cisco shows up and fills Harry in on what's going on about how they were up. And he's like, he killed Deathstorm, killed Reaver for attacking Speedster, but then left Killer Frost alive because and then he was like, we gotta go, Ramon. Zoom is hunting us. And then they realize that, they still have Nerdy Berry in their place. So then he's like, guys, this is her. Nerdy Berry's like, guys, this is wrong. And they're like, ugh. So then he's like, he has a time vault? And he's like, yeah, who doesn't? So then, time vault's all yellowish color because it seems like that's all of the time vaults in this show. Or all of Earth 2 in this show is just a yellowish color. So they go and they decide to. So they use a fake wall for trick Zoom. Zoom was able to get in without no alarms, and they didn't even ask, like, Zoom, this is your Zoom, like, how did you get in here, Zoom, or, like, they didn't. So meanwhile, back on Earth 1, we see Geomancer is still attacking, and Iris, the new reporter, is like, "Hey, Iris," and she's like, "I don't like your story on the Geomancer attack." And she was like, "We gotta show people that the Flash isn't gonna save them. That the Flash is a menace. Are you like J. Jonah Jameson? Or you want?" And he's like, "If you don't come up with a story," and she's like, "Why don't I just go and ask the Flash himself?" And he's like, "Do that, and if you can't, I'll publish a story on how the Flash isn't really the good guy we all thought he was." So I was like, "Hey Jay, can you help me?" Her new editor is kind of trying to publish a story on how the Flash is evil, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, Iris." But then Geomancer comes in, and he's like, I was looking for the Flash. I was looking for this Flash, but I guess I found another one. So, but they're able to defeat Geomancer. I know that it was a quick walkthrough of Geomancer's time on the show, and they just put him in jail because they're like, "Oh, we have a Wing in Iron Heights ready for you." I guess even though he's a metahuman, I guess they don't want to lock him up. I guess they can't lock them up in the pipeline anymore. I don't get this. Why can't they lock them up in the pipeline anymore? But back on Earth 2, Barry's still captured, and so he's like and he meets a guy there that a man in a mask that just goes tap, 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 and he's able to he just able to figure out that he's tapping the word J. And he's like, "Jay? You mean Jay Garrick?" And he's like, "Sorry, Jay didn't come with us. He's still on his Earth." And the guy's like shaking his head like, "No." But then Zoom shows up and he's like, "Don't talk to them again." And beats up Barry. So Barry's like, maybe Zoom gave him away too long. Get out. So then we see Nerdy Barry go to Earth 2 Iris, and it's like, and he's like, "Hey Barry, I got worried when you didn't come home. Her father just died. She can't lose her husband too." He's like, oh, I heard about that. And he's like, wait, you heard? No, Barry, you were there. And he's like, hold up, Iris, I was not there. That was some other guy. And she's like, wait a minute. So that's what explains why you weren't wearing your ring. And here's the funny thing, and she's like, and he's like, and when we make that, and Barry's like, this guy got frisky with you. He's like, wait a minute, this guy got frisky with you. I'm gonna give this guy a piece of my mind when he comes back. Oh, great, Gustin, you're hilarious. And so yeah, that was a funny scene. So yeah, so they decided to. So they're like, so they info dump on how they're going with Killer Frost, how info dump on everything they have on Killer Frost. Since Zoom speeds around, they have nothing on Zoom because he doesn't leave a trace. So they go to the woods. Barry's like, hey, I'm coming too, but Harry and Cisco are like, no, stay here. And she's like, Barry, as long as my husband, my father, I'm not gonna lose my husband too. So they go, and yeah, they actually go into the woods with Barry following, and then Killer Frost is like, hey, what's up? And he's like, you haven't figured out your powers, have you, Breacher? And he's like, it's work in progress, Elsa. That was hilarious. And she's like, you want? He's like, you killed her dad. She was happy to her. So yeah. So they're like, I'll help you. They get up there. They see Barry and Jesse, and they see Barry and Jesse. They let Jesse out, but then Zoom's like, hey, Killer Frost, thanks for letting me to the location. And he's like, you double crossed us? And she's like, yeah, I guess I guess you were right about my heart being cold as ice. So yeah, so he's like, so Barry's like, but then Killer Frost does a 180 really fast, betrays Zoom, and he's like, and betrays Zoom, and she's like, you're right, he killed Ronnie. And it seems like the writers not like Ronnie Raymond at all, because they keep killing him off. First there's one Ronnie, then there's two Ronnie. What's up with this show and not liking Robbie and Mel? But anyway, he blasts him, and yeah, so Barry's like, I'm coming back for you. I'm coming back. So they're about to, so he's like, so then Zoom captures him, and he's like, tell my daughter I love her, and he's like, tell her yourself. So yeah, but then they're packing up, and she's like, hey, Harry, I can't just leave everything I have here, my life, my family. And he's like, you won't have a life anymore. Zoom is gonna keep hunting us if we stay here. And then Barry has a talk with his Earth 2 counterpart, and Barry's like, you may not have been, you just saved all these people's lives. You may not have been struck by lightning as he was, but that still makes you a hero, nerdy Barry. So, yeah. So they decide to jump through, and he's like, Zoom's coming. But as it's closing, Jay decides to just stand in front of the portal as Zoom puts his hand out and sucks him into the portal. I'm just like, what were you thinking? I guess it's supposed to make us think that this dude died, but what was he thinking was gonna happen? He steps in front of a portal. They say Zoom's coming, and he just smiles as he gets dragged into the portal. What was he thinking? Why would he go and do that? What was this dude thinking? Why would he go and do that? That is dumb. That is idiotic. Why would he go and do that? Why would he go and do that? And Caitlin, and the episode ends off with Caitlin saying, no! And I'm just like, okay, Caitlin, how? It's been like 14 episodes, so you guys were dating for like a week, a month. You and Ronnie had like a year, or you and Ronnie had like 2 years together to start dating and get married, but you're just like, no, for a guy you met for like, what, a month? I don't buy that they're in a relationship. I don't buy that he's dead. Actually, I don't buy that he and Caitlyn are in a relationship. Like, he and Caitlyn just falls for guys easy, I guess. Caitlyn just falls for guys easy, I guess. But anyway, that was it for this video. Actually, I have some... Caitlyn, yeah. So, I kind of like that scene where Nerdy Barry's like, he got frisky with you? I'm going to give this guy a piece of my mind. That was hilarious. That was one of the best lines Grant Gustin could have ever said. And it came from his Earth 2 version, Nerdy Barry, his Earth 2 version instead of our Barry. But that was still hilarious. That was still a hilarious scene. I liked it. I liked it. It was a great scene. But anyway, that's it for this video. And I'll see you next time for more of The Flash. Zoom, zoom.